Welcome to Ready to Mosh, a podcast all about rock, metal and alternative music. I'm Kev P.
And I'm Gem G. Each episode will bring you the latest news, talk about new releases, and review gigs and festivals that we've been to. There'll be a smattering of guest interviews and a lot of random chat.
As well as the podcast, you can also find us on Twitter and Instagram. Just search at Ready to Moshcast. Hello and welcome to episode 44 of Ready to Mosh.
Hello.
Hello. It's a download reaction special.
Hot off the press about an hour ago.
Yeah, the poster got leaked last night, I think it was.
Again,
yeah. It got leaked late last night.
How and why does this keep happening?
Well, I've heard a couple of stories. One was that it was an agency in California leaked one because it was watermarked, and another is that a band somewhere on the bill leaked it early by mistake.
Oh, anywho, here we are. It was right again.
It was right again, yeah. I just want to say they need to shoot the designer who's designing the poster because it looks fucking terrible.
I'm not on board with that pink.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back to the important business. I think it's 48 bands have been announced. I had a quick count up, so I might be slightly out, but I think it's 48. Initially, they said 35 plus. So it was strange to see that many get added.
Yeah, now they're saying, 40 plus.
Yeah. So we're going to go through some of the bands that we're going to pick out that we really want to see.
The new ones.
The new ones, yeah. So the new additions that we want to see. And then we're also going to talk about the day splits as well.
Yeah, just have a look over how the new ones and the already announced ones have fallen on the days, I guess.
Yeah.
And start guessing what stage they're on.
Right, so first up on Thursday, there's a few that I'm interested in. So Mimi Barks is one.
Okay.
Who's also playing 2000 Trees this year as well.
I'm not familiar with them.
No, I'm not familiar with Mimi Barks. I was listening after the announcement today, so I may well check that out. A.A. Williams, who we are big fans of, has also been announced, so that's really good news.
And she cancelled short notice last year because she wasn't very well on the day, was she?
Yeah, she got throat issues, I think, and then pulled out a download. So it's really good to see that she's going to be back. I'm also pleased to see Mom Jeans on there, who I've just been listening to, or really, really getting into now.
I don't know anything by them at all, so I will be giving them a listen at some point soon.
Is there anybody else on there that you're really looking forward to just before we get to the, I suppose, what would be classed as the bigger bands?
The bigger ones. I'd be quite interested to see the Bronx again. I saw them at Download, would it be 2017 or 18 maybe?
Okay.
At some point, I remember being in the Avalanche watching them, so yeah. Possibly Ginger. I did watch them at Bloodstock last year. They were really good. So potentially watch them again, depending how the splits fall on that. And I'm quite intrigued by Fearless Vampire Killers. I feel like I do know them. I mean, I know the name. So I think, possibly those.
Yeah. One of the other ones on there for me is maybe Perturbator.
Yeah.
Which I did like. There is a Perturbator track that samples Predator. No, Terminator.
Oh, okay.
Samples of Terminator, so I might go and give that a listen depending on the clashes.
So moving on to the bigger ones, as it were.
Yeah.
First one, which I think had pretty much been self-confirmed prior to the last announcement, but Hailstorm.
Yeah, they've finally been added.
Yeah, or officially added. I'm not overly fussed about watching them.
Same. Yeah, it's not really my thing, so I'm probably going to give that a miss. But the other band, Five Finger Death Punch.
Excited to see them again. It's been a few years.
Yeah, it's been a little while since I've seen Five Finger Death Punch, so hopefully get to watch those.
And then the last one, because what is Download if Miles Kennedy is not present? We've got Alter Bridge, which I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, that is going to be good. I don't know, Miles is becoming slightly Corey, isn't he? That he's got to be there at every download.
I think he's overtaken Corey, to be honest. I think there's been a couple where he hasn't showed up, Corey. And Miles, I mean, he did 2 last year, didn't he? So yeah,
let's see what happens there.
My early prediction for next year's Download is Slash and Miles doing their thing. Heard it here first, people.
Okay, so let's move on to the Friday then.
Okay, just bear with me while I scroll up the screen. Yeah, Friday, I can't say I'm overly familiar with any of the initial ones I'm looking at as new additions.
Okay, looking at this, Empire State Bastard, which is Simon from Biffy's band that we discussed on the last podcast, which is actually going to be the next podcast, I think.
Or was it the last?
Or
I
was
think
it
it was the last one.
Was it the last one?
It was the last one because I think, are they 2000 Trees or Octangent? I can't remember.
2000 Trees, I think.
Yeah, we talked about that in this week's episode that's already out in the news.
Okay, yeah. I'm aware of Empire State Bastard. Hot Milk I'm familiar with.
I was going to say Hot Milk in particular because I've missed them at the download pilot. I really wanted to watch them, but I can't remember why we didn't. But yeah, really looking forward to them.
And I've also heard good things from about Pup.
Okay.
Yeah. So a friend of mine was telling me earlier that he thinks it really worth checking out. And they were at 2000 Trees last year. That's where he saw them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check them out at some point. And obviously Neck Deep, I'm familiar with. I'm pretty sure we watched them at the pilot. Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be good to see Neck Deep again.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Fridays, as far as the new editions go, it looks a little thinner.
Yeah, and I think overall, but obviously when we get to the day splits, we'll talk about that more. But yeah, looking at quite chill day at the moment. Saturday then?
Yeah, so looking at Saturday, I'm familiar with Bob Villain, who we've seen before.
Have we?
Yeah, at the Rescue Rooms.
Oh, yeah, he came on stage with Strange Bones.
Yeah, came on with Strange Bones and Trash Boat.
Yes.
So yeah, familiar with Bob Villain. And
Bad Wolves, the one who covered Zombie.
I think you might be right.
I feel like they've been there before.
Yeah, very possible.
2019 maybe? Anyway.
Death Havana?
I've seen them before at Leeds Festival.
Yeah, I thought you liked Death Havana.
I don't mind them. I'm not in a hurry to see them again. I'll see how the clashes.
They're cliché.
How the clashes lie on that one.
Yeah.
And where they're playing. I feel like they might be in the Avalanche, and it depends if at that time of day I can be asked to walk to the Avalanche.
I suppose it depends which stage you're coming from.
That's what I mean, yeah. Whether I need to preserve myself.
Good to see Carcass added to the lineup.
Yeah, I am quite looking forward to that, actually.
Yeah, that should be good. And Coheed and Cambria. That should be good as well.
Yeah, because I don't think we've seen them before.
I think I've seen Coheed and Cambria before. Pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. And then on to kind of like the bigger two bands. First one being Ice Nine Kills.
Yeah, I'm surprised and not surprised that they're on there. Surprised because they were there last year. Not surprised because of the way their rescheduled March tour has fallen in June.
Yeah.
Around download. Yeah. So I didn't watch them last year. If they don't clash, I'll probably give them a bit of a watch this year. Yeah,
I honestly didn't think they'd be back just because they played last year. So I'd kind of written off anybody who played last year to be there this year.
I kind of had as well. I know it does happen occasionally.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
I guess just with fitting in with those rescheduled tour dates, and they are one of Metallica's supports for their other dates somewhere else in the world, so that kind of fits. Same as Five Finger Death Punch, I suppose.
Yeah. So on to the bigger band for the Saturday, and that's Clutch.
Yes, which we did predict.
Yeah.
Given that they've got a recent-ish new album.
Yeah, and yeah, it'd be good to see Clutch again. Yeah. Seen them quite a few times. Yeah, but they're always good to watch. They're always put on a good show, so that'd be interesting.
And scrolling on down to Sunday. So looking at the bands kind of on the lower down part of the list. In particular, pleased to see Avatar there. I mean, we're going to see them in 3 days anyway, but can never see them too many times, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm pleased to see Avatar and Dinosaur Pilot as well.
Yeah, they're always good. I've seen them 2 or 3 times now, I think.
Do like Dinosaur Pilot.
Palais Royale, we saw them support and Shikari.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
If I've got nothing better to do when they're on, I may give them a watch. But having looked at the full kind of day split for Sunday, it looks quite busy with bands I really want to see. So chances are I probably won't. But then Hatebreed.
Yeah, a band who, I think we both saw in 2004.
Yeah.
Yeah, both saw in 2004 in a tent. Very hot, sweaty tent. And yeah, I'm delighted that they're going to be there because I'm a Hatebreed fan. So.
Yeah, and particularly because they had to pull out of Bloodstock last year. We missed them, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then further up the bill, we've got the HU Who.
The Who.
The Who, which means I get to say that several times over the next, few months, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, they're in Sunday, so that'll be good. I do like The Who, so...
Yeah, you can't beat a bit of Mongolian metal. And
yeah.
Did we see them last time? I don't think we did.
I think we missed them, yeah.
Yeah, and then I know they played at Rock City a few months ago, but we couldn't get to that one. So yeah, looking forward to them. I imagine they'll be on main stage or second stage this time, so...
Yeah.
Be good. And Electric Callboy.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Electric Callboy.
I am familiar with, what was that song? We do it at Rockfit. It's a cover of a 90s dance track Call on Me.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll give them a watch. I've listened to some other stuff and I've not been quite so keen, but I've not given them a proper listen. They were the band, you know, when we were queuing up for Death Blooms last year and there was a man outside talking to us.
Yes.
It was Electric Callboy he was showing us, don't you remember? I said, you've got to watch these guys, they're awesome. That'd be different.
Yeah.
It'd be fun, I guess.
I mean, the thing is, there is always a few kind of curveballs in there. You don't always see bands that you'd expect. So
yeah. No, I think they've got a big following and, yeah, something a bit different.
All right, let's move on to the day splits then.
Okie dokie. Right, so starting with the day splits, we're going to go bottom up, if you will, from Thursday. Just pick out a few of all of the bands that we now know will be on that day that we are looking forward to.
Yeah, well, Thursday starts quite early for me.
Well, saying that, it obviously looks smaller, so it's probably late in the day.
Well, yeah, very possibly. But Mom Jeans, Mimi Box, to start with.
Yeah, I've still got my jury out on them because I've not listened to them, so potentially be joining you.
Yeah.
And possibly Tigress or Mammoth WVH, which is Wolfgang Van Halen's band, actually. Yeah. So potentially curious to see them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the next lineup, I'm really looking forward to seeing A.A. Williams.
Yeah.
Who we're big fans of and we've seen before. And she's a really nice person as well. We spoke to her after she played the Bodega in Nottingham.
Yeah, that was actually the first indoor gig post-lockdown that we did, wasn't it? Yes. Yeah, very much looking forward to that. And as I mentioned not long ago, the Bronx. And then mainly Five Finger Death Punch and Alter Bridge for me.
Yeah, those two and Metallica.
Yeah, I'll probably watch a bit of Metallica.
Yeah, I mean, based on that lineup, I think I'd have to watch Metallica.
Yeah.
So, just because of... I mean, I've got a theory and we'll come to that at a later point.
Okay. But yeah, because we don't know the stage splits at this point, that's obviously going to be the next announcement. It's hard to judge. Although we can see Thursday is smaller, we don't know how many stages there will be. Yeah. Or which ones will it be? Main and second, main and a tent.
Yeah. So then on to the Friday. This is... and the other thing as well, actually, just to say this, although they've got the day splits, it does look like all of the bands, other than the kind of the biggest bands, everybody in the lower parts are all alphabetical.
Yeah.
So there's still no idea on who you're going to see. But we're still going to go bottom to top.
Yeah, just because it's easier to follow.
It's easier to follow, yeah. So, yeah, Witch Fever, definitely for me.
Yeah. Pupil Slicer, possibly for me.
I'm going to give Pup a listen, just because I've been told good things, so that'll be one there.
Nova Twins, I am quite looking forward to seeing for the first time.
Yeah.
And Hot Milk, again, yeah.
Yeah. There's also Gwar.
Gwar, yes, because it was too hot to see them last year at Bloodstock. So
it was, yeah.
That should be good. Empire State Bastard, I'm curious about, so I'm going to give them a listen and see.
Yeah, I might actually check that out, you know.
Because, I've not heard them at all, so I'm just curious to see what they sound like, at least.
Yeah.
At this point.
Probably check the Blackout and maybe Asking Alexandria and as December Falls.
Yeah, December Falls I've heard good things about, so I might give them a watch. Just to point out at this point from the line below, I won't be watching Elvana.
Same.
Just can't. I know we've said it before, but I just can't do it. VV, again, we're going to see him next month.
Yeah, I'll probably give that one a miss, because there will be some clashes there.
To be honest, for me, it'll depend on the clashes, because having seen him anyway, if he's going to clash, I'll probably choose someone I haven't seen recently over him. As we mentioned not long ago, Neck Deep.
Yeah, probably check Neck Deep out.
Possibly Within Temptation.
Same, yeah. I will possibly watch Evanescence, depending on clashes.
Yeah.
Or at least a bit of Evanescence.
For the nostalgia, to get them ticked off, because I've never seen them. Architects, definitely.
Architects, absolutely, yeah. And Bring Me to the Horizon as the headliner, definitely.
Yeah, because not seen them before, and I know they do a good show, so, yeah.
All right, let's move on to the Saturday then.
So, starting from the bottom then, 3 Days Grace.
Definitely. Polaris, I think I will watch, along with Municipal Waste.
Yeah, I'd like to see them. Motionless in White, I missed them last time they were at Download, so would like to give them a watch.
Of course, we're going to watch Lake Malice.
Of course.
And I might go and check out Fever 333, because it'll be interesting to see how they are now. It's just technically one person.
Yeah, I've not heard any kind of updates from Jason lately as to whether he's got some more people back in, or whether he's doing it himself, or whether he'll just have kind of session musicians or touring musicians with him. Not really sure on that one.
Then further up the bill, I will possibly watch Enola Gay
I'm not familiar with them, but I'll give them a listen.
and Black Gold.
Possibly Bambi Thug.
All right, okay. Interesting.
I did listen to a bit of them at some point, because I can't think who they supported. Did they support Orgasm on one of their tours or something?
Very possibly,
and I
yeah.
heard about them and gave them a listen. I think it's a similar kind of that type of sound,
Yeah.
from what I remember. As we said not long ago, Ice Nine Kills, maybe?
Yeah, Ice Nine Kills. And for me, Cade and Cambria.
Clutch.
Yeah.
Might watch Alexis on Fire,
Yeah.
because I've never seen them.
Placebo, yeah, we'll have to watch. Assuming Brian's okay.
Well, yeah. I'm very curious about Placebo at a festival. Just, not in general, but, because the shows they've been doing recently have very much, from what I've read, strayed away from kind of their greatest hits, haven't they? They've played
Yeah.
more of their newer stuff. Whether they would do that at a festival, or would they kind of want to appeal to the majority more and do more of a greatest hits set?
I think they'd have to do a greatest hits.
Still won't play Nancy Boy, though.
No, probably not.
Disturbed, obviously.
Yeah, definitely got to watch Disturbed.
Goes
I've
without
not seen
saying.
Disturbed.
I forget that you've not seen them. I mean, I've not seen them
Yeah.
for 20 years.
So yeah, Disturbed. And then obviously Metallica as the headliner.
Yeah, because we won't have seen them for 2 days, so
Yeah.
I'd be dying to see them.
So that's the Saturday ticked off. Now let's look at the Sunday.
Super Sunday for me, this one.
Yeah, it definitely is a Super Sunday. That this is going to be my busiest day.
Which could do without on a Sunday.
Yeah,
Just kind
but-
of rest.
It is what it is.
I know.
So looking at it, Sowen definitely.
I was going to say Sowen, yeah.
Lorna Shore, you're quite a fan of Lorna Shore, aren't you?
Yeah, but I did see them last year at Bloodstock, so if they do clash with someone I've not seen before, then I would prioritise who I've not seen.
Yeah. The Who,
The HU.
Dinosaur Pile Up, absolutely got to watch those.
Yeah. Bloodywood, definitely.
Yeah, that's nailed on. Got to watch Bloodywood again.
Blind Channel, I feel like I know one of their songs from Rockfit. I can't think what it is, but I'm going to give them a listen to try and remember.
Yeah. Avatar, because it would have been about 4 months.
Yes, definitely Avatar.
So yeah, got to watch Avatar. Hatebreed, as we said earlier, absolutely.
Behemoth,
Behemoth nailed on.
Definitely.
Definitely watching Behemoth.
yeah. Electric Old Boy maybe for the fun.
Yeah. Possibly I Prevail.
Yeah, maybe if they don't clash.
Distillers, I would love to see the Distillers.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them again. It's been a
And then
long
there's
time.
another band just up from the Distillers, some little band, I don't know if you're familiar with them.
Who's that then?
Is that Ghost?
I've heard of them. Yeah, I might give them a watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'll be nailed on. We'll be watching
Yeah.
those.
I'm partly a bit miffed that they're on Sunday. Because I knew it would be Sunday or Friday based on their festivals
Yeah.
elsewhere, same as Behemoth and a couple of other bands. Yeah, I've just got to preserve my energy for that one.
Yeah.
Parkway, 'cause I've
Parkway, definitely.
I've not seen Parkway, so
I know. They're so good live.
what if they clash with Ghost? There's a decision.
Ooh, that is a decision, actually.
I don't think it will be a decision for me. Parkway will probably end up being my AC/DC. I'll never see him.
Maybe, yeah.
Or my Lemmy.
Yeah. And then headlining Sunday, Slipknot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, probably watch Slipknot.
Yeah, I might have to nip back and get my camping chair for Slipknot. at
Yeah,
that
I think,
point.
yeah.
Or if it's nice and dry, just sit on grass.
Yeah. So that's the day splits covered.
Yeah.
So now we can move on and talk about things like ticket prices.
Yes, because day tickets have now been announced now that we know what the day splits look like.
Yeah, and I was talking to somebody earlier, and the day tickets are £110 each.
Okay, sorry, I'm just digesting that information.
So as far as pricing goes for the day tickets, I think 110 for whichever day you choose to go to is great. However, I would add that the Thursday there are going to be less bands.
Is it still 110 for Thursday?
It's still 110 for Thursday.
I didn't know that. I was trying to look and the page wouldn't load, but that was literally when the announcement came out, so I think everyone was just rushing too.
It's 110 every single day.
Do you know what as well? If you're going to buy more than one day ticket with the fees on top, you may as well just get a weekend ticket, I would imagine. Pretty much.
Yeah, if you're getting like a Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. Or if you wanted Thursday, Saturday to see both Metallicas.
Yeah.
By the time you've slapped on your fees, which will probably be about 40, 50 quid's worth.
Just get a no camping.
Between the two.
Just get a no camping weekend ticket, yeah.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, kind of timings wise, so the times on the tickets going to Ticketmaster is 10 a.m. for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I believe.
Which is normal because music usually starts at 11, isn't it? So the arena tends to open an hour before.
Yeah. And for Thursday, it's 12 o'clock.
Oh, so that'd be a 1 o'clock start.
Yeah, but
which
I
is
think
normally the Friday time, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think it's probably going to be 2 o'clock before it starts.
Although I wonder if it will be, because it might only be 2 stages, whether it would start around that time. So it's less bands, but over the same duration, but less stages.
Yeah.
Is my current theory.
Yeah, so I think there's going to be 2 stages. And looking at the bands that are playing on the Thursday, I'm going to suggest it's going to be the main stage and the Avalanche.
Yeah.
Closer together, and looking at some of the bands that are going to be, you know, for the Thursday especially, Metallica, Alter Bridge, Five Finger Death Punch, they're all going to be main stages. And Mob Jeans, A. Williams, probably more suited to the Avalanche. Probably the same for the Bronx.
Or possibly Dogtooth. Just based on A. Williams was going to be on the Dogtooth last year, but then Bronx are an Avalanche band, so...
Yeah. But I'm just thinking, you know, like for distance between sets and bands.
Yeah.
And it means people maybe aren't going to be constantly marching up the hill.
I was going to say, yeah, Avalanche will be better because at least it's a flat walk,
It's a
main
flat
stage
walk,
to that.
yeah.
Similar to what Pilot was actually, rather than up the hill and down the hill.
Exactly, yeah, so that might happen.
Yeah.
That would be my prediction, that it's going to be Avalanche in main stage, and then they're keeping everybody in one area.
Yeah, and you've got an undercover option for whatever the weather.
Yeah, and they can also fence off the Dogtooth, fence off the second stage.
I don't know if they'd fence off the second stage. Thing is, though, if you've still got the same amount of people going in, you're going to need a certain amount of room for them to wander around.
Well, you are, but I suppose I don't know, I suppose at least but it'll be fenced off to a point, so like you won't be able to get near the front.
Oh, yeah.
Is what I mean.
But the area, I imagine.
Yeah, the area will still be
up
open
there
because
as
all
well.
the bars are up there, yeah.
And obviously it's where people come in as well.
Yeah. So, and it means that side exit can be used as well. So when people come straight in, they can go straight to the Avalanche.
Yeah, that's what I mean, walking across that way.
Yeah. So that would be, I think, the way they're going to do it. And then they can just fence the Dogtooth off.
Yeah.
Because they're going to have to for that.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of makes sense. So overall then, with the bands that's been added, what do you think?
I'm happy with it. There's definitely plenty to go at.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think there's still going to be, what did we get on the first one? Was it 60?
About 60, yeah.
And then there's about almost 50 in this one.
Yeah, I reckon about another 30, roughly.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense to me. It was 115 for last year.
Yeah.
And we're up to about 110 now.
So I'm expecting kind of...
It might be 20 to 30.
Yeah, end of March, early April. Maybe an Easter treat. We're going to get the last kind of big add-on plus the stage splits.
Yeah, and I think that's what it's going to come down to then after that.
Yeah.
So from the stage splits, you can get a rough sort of feeling for who's going to be on where.
Yeah, and the old Clash Finder people will start creating their plans and you can start having a look at where things... And then after then, it'll be the most exciting announcement of all, the food vendors.
Yeah, the food vendors. Love a bit of food.
Yes. Right, is that it?
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah, so we've covered the latest announcement from Download. Let us know what your thoughts are. And this is obviously a special edition, so it's going out on a Thursday.
Yeah.
It is Thursday, isn't it?
It is Thursday.
Yeah, good. And the usual weekly episode will be back on Monday.